Let's take two aspects of the reforms of 2025, and Prime Minister Modi has already indicated that that is going to continue. We hope that the budget will be part of that, which is quality control orders as well as labor codes. What are members of your chamber saying, and how are they responding to these? How do they view these two developments?
So on quality control orders, Siddharth, I think what's happening is that quality control orders were set for a purpose. And I think in many industries, I think they've achieved that purpose. Where you had low cost, low quality products coming, and the government wanted to put a stop because it was impacting the overall quality as well as the competitiveness of the industry. I think the steps that the government has taken now is to have relook at all the quality control orders. In some cases, it was warranted that those QCOs were not required because India just didn't have the capacity to produce those goods. And therefore, it was very difficult when you have and also secondly, a lot of them were raw materials, which made your finished goods absolutely uncompetitive. So I think what the government has done is to relook at all the QCOs, see what the demand supply is. And before they impose any new QCO, I think there would be a thorough analysis done to ensure that whether it's imposed or not. So QCO per se was not the wrong thing to do. I think it was probably the right thing to do. But in the way it has to be implemented, the kind of research that has to be done before you implement the QC order and the speed at which it has to be done, to say whether we have the capacity, does it impact the exports of the final products, does it open us for imports because the raw material duty is so high. So I think we have to look at all that. So I think now the government has studied that, and I can see great progress that's being made. On the labor code, I think it's something that the industry was asking for. I think it gives much greater flexibility. It also, areas like overtime and others, it's lots of industries, particularly labor-intensive industries, were asking for it. I think if there's good coordination between center and state and all the laws get aligned, then I think the number of regulations, compliances and everything else will come down in a significant way. I would say that yes, to some extent, cost has gone up, as we can see from the financial results of the company. But I would say formalization of the economy in some way, in the long run is the right answer. Yes, some people are saying that may lead to lower employment, where people may want to be sharper. But I think I have a feeling, for any government, any policy to work in the long run, fairness and equity is also very important.
Continuing on the topic of the gig economy, the government intervening, issuing directions on 10 minutes, was that really an area that it perhaps needed to get into? What is a promise, but also is a branding exercise? Why get into a service delivery promise?
I agree. I mean, you can argue on both sides. Honestly, I've not studied this in a whole lot of detail. I think my only view is government generally responds when there is a public outcry on this. But I would say that gig economy is creating a lot of employment. 10 minutes is something that was for the convenience. It was leading to a lot of new investments coming in dark stores and others. But, if I look at the overall balance, will a 10-minute or 20-minute, 25-minute make a big difference? So if it ensures that there is more safety, more hygiene, traffic is not cluttered, there's not that much of density of dark stores, I think it will settle down. I think the debate will settle down.